Men certainly can be very turned off by a woman who feels self-empowered. And that's really disappointing. You know, we want our women to be empowered. We want our young girls to be empowered. So the idea that that's a turnoff is like an ick.
Maybe it's the wrong kind of sex then in that case. Like, why did you share that on your show, or why did you put that in your book about me?
I mean, they're used to it at this point,
Yeah.
but there have been periods of time. I mean, I fund a lot of people in my family, and I have, and I always will. But I was funding my sister, and at one point I said to her, this was many years ago, probably 15, 20 years ago, and I was on stage at Radio City Music Hall, and I was like talking about my sister and how she hasn't worked in 5 years. And when I asked her, I was like, do you know, maybe want to go back to work at some point? She's like, I'm really happy staying at home. And I'm like, yes, but I'm working to pay for you, my older sister. Like, it's been 5 years. I want to help you, but I don't want to support you fully.
Yep.
And I said all of that on stage, like while she was in the audience. And it's like, that's not how I operate. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm totally happy to get a big paycheck and play along, but with my set of rules and my personality and how I'm going to do it, not with your set of rules.
Can you explain for our audience, you've done so many incredible business deals with Netflix. What does it look like? Is an agent involved always? Do you have to have a special entertainment lawyer?
I don't need kids. And I was like, Chelsea reminds me so much of my aunt. Because even now, we just started our company, and we've had investors ask us, like, what's going to happen to the company when you have kids? And I'm like, who told you I want kids?
But why are you even allowed to ask that question?
How did you develop the confidence to answer that question? I feel like when the investor said that to me, I was like, I didn't even know what to say.
Yeah, but that's such an inappropriate question.
It is.
What the answer back was like, would you ever ask a man that question? Where they want women at home to make babies so that they can be in charge and make decisions. The idea of another person having autonomy over your body is absolutely barbaric and from the Middle Ages. And the fact that they want to go back to that just proves how scared they are of women's success, because now more than ever, women don't need to get married. We're weighing whether or not we want to have children. That was my whole thing. I'm like, I drink, I party, I sleep around, and you're never going to shame me about it. Like, I had an unapologetic attitude about it, as I always will with women. And then one day my landscaper was there and we were just talking. And I think I was probably smoking a joint, and I always share my drugs. He said, how have you been spending your time? And I told him, I was like, I have tons of drugs. I'm like, if you want any, I'll give them to you, you know? And he's like, yeah, I would love to. He's like, I got nothing going on. We tripped together like 3 or 4 times. And we had so much fun, great conversations. And it was one of those experiences, like, I want to be more open-minded with everything I do.